Middleweight championship. Bernard Hopkins owns the title, but also owns the #1 ranking in the IBF and looking to bigger and better things. Ooh, straight right smash to Baptiste.
Solid right hand, and Baptiste rolls with the punch and comes back. There he is again. Boom. Solid right hand. Baptiste holding that left hand down like Archie Moore does, but wisely he bends down underneath all those punches. That's so hard to hit somebody like that.
Rolling.
And not hit him with a rabbit punch. Baptiste is hurt. He is hurt.
And now trying to hold on. So the barrage of Hopkins finally getting through here in the 8th round.
No knockdown. That was a push, a right hand push.
And if nothing else, it gives Baptiste a few seconds. And it's got to totally tick him off.
Baptiste is out on his feet.
40 fights, he's never been down. And we're not hearing very much from Billy Moore. What could he be telling this fighter now?
Moore is worried. You notice how Baptiste gets on the inside. He's falling in the inside, trying to smother these shots. Still a little foggy.
Yeah,
you cannot afford to be hit here. You cannot afford to get hit with hard shots. Hands up. This is where your basic boxing really comes in. Hands up, chin down, and grip your teeth.
Baptiste launches the left, and it lands.
And a good opportunity to steal. When your opponent rallies, like Hopkins just did, then you go back. Uh-oh, this may be a point. A low blow, and that was low. That was low. There goes the 1 point. They told, between rounds, they told Baptiste, one more low blow, and I'm going to take a point away.
But you know what? Strategically for Baptiste,
he needed this.
It's a good move.
Yes, absolutely. Very good move. Now, underneath their trunks, they are wearing foul-proof protectors. Occasionally, those protectors get full of sweat, and they move on you. They shift. And when they shift, it smarts.
So Baptiste buys himself some valuable time. Hopkins has right now heard from the referee, Steve Smoger, says you have 5 minutes.
And Hopkins is in pain, but he's also disappointed because this has been a point that he has worked Gilbert Baptiste to, a point where he might be able to knock him out. Baptiste just went low.
But it could be a turning point in the favor of Baptiste.
Absolutely. Downstairs to the body goes Baptiste, and all the way down, right? No question about that. If they are borderline, you have to question them. But the low blows that Baptiste has landed have not been borderline.
And you wonder for Baptiste if that was in answer to Hopkins shoving him down to the canvas. So this one heating up.
And a good time for Baptiste.
Definitely. But
give him credit.
But now it's Hopkins who you feel has to be ticked off. And Hopkins says he is ready. But Gilbert Baptiste just right there bought about a minute and a half, 2 minutes of time. And here is Baptiste.
Look at this. Wisely, he buys time. You know, every second you have in that ring, you must use to your advantage. Gilbert Baptiste does.
Holding on with the right. Crowd getting behind a rallying Gilbert Baptiste. And you just kind of get the idea this one is just beginning.
And if you're Hopkins, you know Baptiste is going to come right at you. You got to plant that back foot, set that right hand up. You know he's going to run into it. You have to hurt him again like he was hurt earlier in this round. Boom, there it is. Landed again. Now those right hands, some of them, you can hit a guy 10, 12 right hands, then finally they take their toll.
Gilbert Baptiste breaking the rules to his advantage.
Hopkins backpedaling after the low blow. Baptiste tried to score, although Baptiste got a point taken away from him in that last round. And if you gave the round to Hopkins, so now he's got 2 rounds out of 1.
And Baptiste, though, figuring it was well worth it, the 1 point, because he was going out completely in that 8th.
He was stepping in post holes. He was dazed. He was confused. He had the stare, that blank stare in his eyes. So for him, it was a very good move, an important move for Baptiste.
You've seen throughout the course of the evening Billy Moore in the corner of Gilbert Baptiste. You know how these two got together? Billy Moore was a TV commentator for a fight in which Baptiste was involved. Baptiste was getting hammered in the fight. Moore, from his commentating position, started yelling to the official, to the referee, to stop the fight. But Baptiste came out, and he KO'd his opponent. Billy Moore hoping that this could happen again.
Well, that was the Jenny Lopez fight back in June of 1988, and it's great to see a fighter like Gilbert Baptiste, who has stuck with one guy, and Billy Moore throughout his career since then, since that time. And he's stuck with him through thick and thin.
Ninth round action is scheduled for 12. Baptiste more accustomed to the late rounds, but so far Bernard Hopkins doesn't look like a stranger.
No, very impressive in the early part of that last round. Very impressive.
Hopkins, a 3-inch height advantage, 1-inch reach advantage. Baptiste at 160, a couple of pounds heavy.
Ooh, home run ball. Now, those wide punches like that Gilbert just swung, by the time those punches land, a lot of the steam is taken out of it. Remember the 6-inch punch? Famous by Joe Louis. Those short chopping shots on the inside, the ones that do the damage. And the one that you don't see is the one that gets you.
Baptiste leaning. Wouldn't mind another 3-minute round rest after being shaken in the 8th.
Exactly. Here in Denver, it is so hard to breathe this thin air. You can't catch your breath. Good double left hook by Hopkins. A lot of fighters complain about that. Come in early, try to get accustomed to this thin air. Some fighters train in high altitude only to go down in sea level.